All right, everybody, you're back on the Immigration Answers Show. It is the 27th of April. We have a guest to start off our show today. I'm going to bring him on here in just a minute. We haven't had a guest on in a while, and I'm excited. It's a client of ours, and we were able to help him out and have some fun. So we're really glad that he's here with us. Let me go ahead and bring him on camera. Hi, Nazar.
Hello, Mr. Jim.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Well, let's go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about your story. Why don't you tell everybody sort of where you were immigration-wise when you decided to hire us?
Okay, so the story is back to 2018 when I applied for citizenship. And I literally thought everything will go smoothly from my background and being work with Americans in Iraq and then being a part of a lot of I've been really supportive for a lot of U.S. reporters and news platform and everything. So I applied 2018 in June. 6 months later, I was notified that I will have an interview, and it was early January 2019. I went to I got prepared for the interview, and I went to the interview, and he was in Tampa office. Up to there, I really, in my head, everything is okay, and I'm supposed to have no problems and everything. But soon I get to the office, soon I get to with the officer, and I'm not a judgmental person, things flip 180 degrees. She wasn't really welcome. And she also mentioned a lot of things that I really don't like about one of them about my English. She said, probably you don't speak good English. I said, no, ma'am. I am in my third year of civil engineering at USF. This is impossible if my English is not good that I will be there. That was one of them. And the second one, she tried to trip me with my travel dates. And she said, one of the dates it's not there. I said, well, I'm pretty much sure I have listed all the dates accurately. And she was like doing this and during the interview. I swear, up to one minute, I said, that's it. I'm not gonna win the case. It was like this is really difficult. They made it really difficult. And at the same time, I can hear other people like next in the next rooms. They laughing and having a good time with the officer, and she kept me for over an hour.
You passed the test, no problem?
Yeah, exactly. I passed the test, no problem. And he mentioned that. Eventually, she said, you will receive a decision from us. And then I knew I'm in trouble because they not really welcome. It don't matter what I have done before or something. So I was waiting until June 2019. I was emailing, using emailing the Congress member in here, trying to help me out and everything. Then I had to hire a local lawyer, and because I really don't know what to do, I was lost. Then I start following your videos and was like looking at YouTube, looking online for another resource, try to find out what's going on and why it takes so long. Then from there, but your videos actually educate me about my situation. You don't get offended. At the beginning, I did not believe what you were saying at some point, and I thought like, well, maybe not. I'm not really sure. Anyhow, the thing carry on until the November 2019. They sent to me for a second interview. This time it was a different officer, and I went with my local lawyer. We get together with the officer, and she said, we have an issue with your name. And I said, okay. She said, you have Nazar Jazim, and what's going on with the Nizar Latif? I said, well, ma'am, Nizar Latif, I use it in media platform and the social media, but it's not my formal name.
Mm-hmm.
passport. I have property in Iraq in my name. I have in Nazar, Jazim, and whatever name I gave you. This is my official name. So they had to write everything down, and my lawyer had to look at it, and then they had to sign it with a witness. Man, it was like big thing going in there, you know. Although like I explained for them everything accurately and with details and with the proof, but they had to take it that way. So we finished, everything went okay, and she did not say anything as well. 2 days later, I got a notice that I have oath ceremony on the 12th of December, I believe.
You're good. Yep.
Okay.
I gotta switch cameras.
Okay. Then a week later was, I told you, 6 November was my interview. 2 days later, I received a notice that I have oath ceremony on the 12th of December. A week later from the notice, I received another notice, they deschedule. And I tried to find out what's going on. I emailed the ombudsman, my lawyer, the Congress representative. They responded for me, they said for unforeseen circumstances. That's all they told me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. For ombudsman, they said they gave them detail, and I think I gave it to my paralegal in your office, that email where they specifically said they had to reschedule because I filed FOIA. That's weird. But I filed FOIA. Why it has to be like interrupted with my oath ceremony?
Right.
You know, it doesn't make sense. So they descheduled. That was the reason. And then I kept emailing, kept contacting, and also watching your videos, try to educate myself even more. Then the pandemic hits, and they said they not like dealing with cases in a time manner and stuff like this. At that point, I thought about heading to your office and have help, proper help, because I knew there was really something going on that is not right in my case.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think in July, I emailed again, July 2020. They respond to me and they said, oh, your case now back to the line to be rescheduled for oath ceremony. And it's carry on to October. Another email, another phone. Trust me, I call them. They said it's in the line. You will be rescheduled. I forget the detail, like the oath ceremony, we have to reserve a slot for you and stuff like this. You have to wait, blah, blah, blah. Until, I was like, the frustration built up into high level. Like I'm over 2 years and not really an accurate response and not an honest thing about my case. January, I said, that's it. This is the peak. Let me email him. Let me call him. I email. The response was, your case back to the security check, background check. That's it. Go, Jim. Jim Atkins. Yeah.
So it was really that you were just so frustrated that you finally decided to believe me because you were just so mad.
I am not mad, really.
No, not at me, at them. You're mad at them. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's unbelievable the way they treated my case. Like you call them, they said it's been approved. You will be rescheduled, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The level of the way how they can lie. I mean, I'm not really sure if I get into trouble if I say that, but why would you say that? Why don't you say, hey, we have a problem with you?
Yeah.
Come into our office. Let's talk. Put them in the table. When I read your lawsuit, I liked it. I loved it because you were specific. They do not tell him what's his problem, and they don't want to put on the table. I like it. This is what it is.
So after we sued him, tell everybody what happened after we sued him.
Okay, so after we sued him, that was in mid of February, I believe.
Yep.
And they sent to me in a quick notice on March to attend the third interview. I remember you called me 3 days ago, 3 days before, and you apologized from showing because it was short notice. You said
Yeah.
you cannot, yeah. And but I asked you, and I said, Mr. Jim, what you think going on with my case?
Yeah.
And you specifically said it could be any question back to your history.
Yeah.
It could be anything they want to clarify. Back then, it hit in my head that I have really to go prepared. There is nothing that I ever lied about. It's just like I have to, like put the information in the right place, and I go there prepared, and I spend the 3 days, trust me, translating, put my information all together in the right spot. So when I go there, I wasn't prepared. And when I went to the interview in March, and I think it was in March, and then they literally asked me about everything. They went back to my asked me the same question they asked me before I came to the US when I applied for a refugee. The same questions, the same. I don't want to go in detail because some of them really that's all the questions, all of them. Trust me, all of them, one by one. She went through them, and the
you were in there for a long time, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
7 years.
No, you were in the interview for a long time, right?
2 hours and a half to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she was nice. The officer was nice and a professional. She really handled it. She understood all the situations, and she said, like, I have a rich history and stuff like this. It's just I don't know what's going on, why they went back to ask me the same questions 7 years ago when I applied. And I answer them with honest and with accurate information, just like I gave it to them 7 years ago. And this is the thing. I think one of your video you talk about this one, and you talk about if they tell you your case approved and you don't have the thing in your hand. No, it's not. Yes, it's not approved. It happened with me. Yeah. They told me I'm approved. They told me I'm in a line for oath ceremony. No, it's not. And then I think after the third interview in March, 10 days later, they approved me, and I went for oath ceremony just last week, and it's over.
What was it like to find out that you were going to be a U.S. citizen?
It's all honored, and I'm overwhelmed and happy. I feel like it's a victory. That's the way how I see it. And eventually, it was like paid off for my years that I spent in here. I have none. I don't have one single problem. I came here, worked first couple of years, and then I went to school, and I finished. I will graduate next week as structural engineer. And thank you. And I'm like having them all in my plate now. It's really I'm happy and overwhelmed in a way you really don't know. And it gave me peace. It gave my family peace. But I have for you a few questions.
Go for it.
Yeah, they really intimidate me with the way they treated my case.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and the thing is, Mr. Jim, when I went to the oath ceremony, we were like 40. Maybe I'm the only one Arab Muslim, and I asked some of them, the ones who attend there, how long it takes you, and most of them said 6 to 8 months after the interview.
Yeah.
I was really sad. I was really, deeply overwhelmed, because this is not the way we have to be treated.
Right.
For me, that's how I feel.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
Yeah. So, go ahead if you have any question.
No, that's it. That was it. I just wanted to tell your story. Thanks for coming on. That was great. I think people got a lot out of it. I think a lot of people are going to resonate with all the headaches that you had and all the delays that you had.
Oh yeah.
I think I think you're going to give people a lot of hope. So thanks for coming on.
My advice to everyone, if your case, like, it takes over a year, go hire a lawyer. Yeah, honestly, there's something wrong going on. It should not take that long. My question, just a few questions, if you don't mind, Mr.
Yeah,
Jim.
go for it.
You know, am I gonna have a problem if I travel and come back? If I go visit my family, although
Well,
I'm now a citizen?
yeah, I mean, obviously you'll have your U.S. passport. You could still get pulled into secondary inspection. I don't know if you will or not, but you should, when you get your connecting flights booked, make sure you give yourself enough time in case they pull you out and delay you somewhere. But you know, it depends which country you're coming from.
Uh-huh.
They might do that overseas before you get there, but give yourself plenty of time for each connecting flight.
But nothing will threaten my status anymore,
No,
right?
no, you're a
Right.
U.S. citizen. Yep.
Okay. And that would be it. Thank you so much for
All right, buddy.
handling my
Take care.
case.
All right. Good luck with graduation.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Have
Mine
a
is
good have a good day.
See you, buddy.